Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Before we move on to our next topic or our next talk, I would like to take a few minutes to briefly review the key concepts that appeared in your midterm examination. So, I would like to apologize because this morning we cannot have online live or synchronous learning activities because something beyond our control happens, but thanks, alhamdulillah, we can make it through this video presentation. Well, as you know, the midterm exam covered chapters 1 through 5 of our curriculum development course, or the Mentorprints that I have provided to you all. And overall, you all did quite well. Congratulations for your midterm semester test. So this is just a short review. This is simply meant to reinforce your understanding, highlight the most important points, and make sure we are all on the same page as we continue with the rest of the semester. You know, we have gone through half of the semester. So again, this is just a brief review of what you did for the mid-semester test. So let's begin our quick midterm review. Okay. First of all, there is just a motivational quote that I would like to display to you all. I always keep reminding myself, and I would like to remind you all as well. If you want to make this as your life principle, that is good. For me personally, I love this quote. Love you do, and you will find yourself the best in the world. This is another motivational quotes that I myself use to motivate myself. Okay, remember that there is no elevator to success. So you have to take the stairs one step, one step, one step. So begin your long journey to success from now seriously. So today we will take a few minutes to review the most essential concepts from chapter 1, as I said previously, through chapter 5, the same concept that appeared in your midterm examination. This brief recap is meant again to strengthen your understanding. Again, highlight the key ideas you should carry forward and clarify any points that may still feel unclear or confusing for you. By looking back at the core topics together, we can make sure everyone has a solid foundation before we continue with the next part of the course, the next half of our semester. In chapter 1, we explored how the understanding of curriculum has changed over time, right? And traditionally, curriculum was viewed simply as a list of subjects that students needed to complete. So, however, the modern perspective is much broader. So it includes all the planned learning experiences that students engage in, both inside and outside the classroom. So this shift represents an important move from a teacher-centered approach, to a more student-centered approach, where learning becomes more active, meaningful, and connected to students' real-life experiences. Okay, this is chapter 1, right? Okay, we go to chapter 2 now. In chapter 2, we discuss the relationship between curriculum and the syllabus. The curriculum gives us the overall framework, you know. It outlines the broader goals, competencies, and the structure of the educational program. The syllabus, on the other hand, brings the framework down to the classroom level. It translates the curriculum into weekly activities, specific topics, learning methods, and assessments. In other words, the syllabus serves as the practical guide that helps both teachers and students understand how the curriculum will actually be implemented in day-to-day learning. All right, we go to the next, chapter 3, role of curriculum. So in chapter 3, we examined the 3 major roles of curriculum as described by Umar Hamalik, right? First is the conservative role, which focuses on preserving important cultural values, knowledge, and traditions that should be passed on to the next generation. And second is the creative role, which encourages innovation, imagination, and the development of new ideas. So these ideas helping students grow beyond what already exists. And finally, the critical evaluative role. This role guides learners to analyze information, evaluate issues, and think critically about what world around them. Together, these roles show that curriculum is not just about teaching content, it is also about shaping responsible, thoughtful, and innovative individuals. All right, we go to the next chapter. In chapter 4, we focus on the development of teaching materials, right? And why they must be carefully designed. So you have to understand that good teaching material should be systematic, relevant to the learning goals, and centered on the needs of the students. This means that teachers must pay attention to learners' characteristics such as their abilities, learning styles, and interests when preparing materials. For example, some learners understand better through visuals, while others need simplified explanation or additional enrichment activities. So, by tailoring, the materials to students' needs, we ensure that learning becomes clearer, more engaging, and more effective. And this is the last chapter that we learned, before the mid-semester test, chapter 5. In chapter 5, we explored the many factors that influence curriculum development. Higher education institutions contribute through research, teacher preparation, advancement, and knowledge. Society also plays a major role. Its cultural values, economic needs, and expectations shape what should be taught in schools. So all of those things shape the materials that being taught by teachers in schools. In addition, elements such as politics, psychology, and rapid technological development all influence how curriculum evolves. These factors remind us that curriculum is not created in isolation. It is constantly shaped by the changing needs and realities of the world around us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up this brief review, the main point I want you to remember is that the mid-semester test was designed to assess your understanding, not memorization, right? Memorization is important, but you have to go one step further after memorizing something, you should understand it. The most important skill in curriculum studies is being able to explain the concept in your own words and understand why curriculum changes over time. As long as you can connect the ideas logically and think about them critically, you are on the right track. So thank you for your hard work, and let's continue building on this foundation as we move forward through the semester. Okay, once again, good luck everyone. Thank you once again for all your effort for the mid-semester test are highly appreciated. Well done. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.